The benefit of all this losing for the Jets is the NFL draft order, because shout out Tankathon, we are back to doing this again. Haven't even made it to Thanksgiving, dude. Like, we were looking at this honestly come Halloween, but like the fact it's not even God, just get us to Thanksgiving, please, next year. That's all I ask. All right, so Titans, who are a complete and total disaster, are 1-10 and hold the number 1 overall pick in the draft. The Giants would pick second if the NFL draft were held today. They are 2-10. Then you have the Saints, who are 2-9. The Jets are 2-9. The Raiders are 2-9. You have the final week of buys coming up, I think, this week and next week, or maybe just one more week. So these records will all even out, where like you kind of have more of a general idea of what's going to happen. I will say this about the Jets, Zach. There's all this debate right now, and we can talk a little bit about it, about take the quarterback in 2026, take the quarterback in 2027. I understand that the 2027 draft class appears a better quarterback class right now. I get that. 100%. Arch Manning's going to be there. Moore might be there. There's going to be 2 or 3 other guys that come out of the woodworks where you're like, oh my God, isn't Raiola? Like, he'll be there. Like, all these random guys, like Sellers, like all these guys are going to be there, and they're all going to be better next year, and it's going to be elite because there's going to be like 5 legit franchise quarterbacks. We've heard that before. Like, the evaluations on guys the evaluation of quarterbacks can change so dramatically over the course of 12 months. Go all the way back to Matt Barkley. If that guy came out, he was going to be the number 1 overall pick in the draft, plays another year, is a complete and total disaster. I think the Eagles get him in like the 4th or 5th round, and he's a backup who never lasts. Christian Hackenberg, going to be a first-round pick, completely changes. The Jets reach for him in the 2nd round, complete and total disaster. Like, you see this stuff every single year where, yeah, it looks like next year's better, and next year's better, and next year's better. There's no guarantee that these evaluations on these quarterbacks will or won't change. Secondly, you're going to have to gamble and roll the dice and hope that picks 1, 2, and 3, if there are 3 quarterbacks that you believe are legitimate, no doubt, bona fide franchise quarterbacks, you have to hope and pray that the teams picking 1, 2, and 3, if the Jets, after rounding out this roster with all the draft picks they're going to have this year and the free agent dollars, say they win 6 or 7 games next year, they're picking 8 or 9, you have to pray that the teams picking 1, 2, and 3 are willing to move and don't need quarterbacks. Because you could very easily find yourselves in a situation like the Giants were 2 years ago, where they wanted more than anything else Drake May or Jaden Daniels. They were not getting up to number 2 because the Commanders weren't moving. They weren't getting up to number 3 because the Patriots weren't going to move. So the Giants had to sit and wait. It looks like it ultimately benefited the Giants because they got Jackson Dart, who looks pretty damn good, but it's just a risk. So in my opinion, if the Jets evaluate this quarterback class and believe that one of these guys, whether it's Simpson or whether it's Mendoza or whether it's somebody else that comes up throughout the college playoffs, and they believe that guy is a franchise quarterback, do not hesitate to take him or move up to get him. And the way that the NFL draft is currently setting up, with the Titans picking 1 and the Giants picking 2, the Jets are in a premier situation to have an opportunity to go up and get their guy, because the Titans aren't going to draft a quarterback because they have Cam Ward. The Giants aren't going to draft a quarterback because they have Jackson Dart. So those 2 teams will be interested in moving back, which means the Jets can move up.
Yeah, look, I know this has been a big topic about like waiting until 2027 to draft a quarterback. Why can't you draft a quarterback in both drafts? Like, I take a swing both years. Like, whether
first round.
If you draft a guy in the 1st round and this year and he looks like JJ McCarthy, then you try again next year. Like, that's what I think. So
I would not be opposed to that.
That's kind of what I don't mean like
or
draft 2
Rosen.
guys just.
Josh Rosen's actually the perfect example.
That's what I was gonna. That was the example I was gonna say. I was gonna say they draft Rosen, he stinks. They draft Kyler Murray the next year. I mean, and the other route you could go. Let's say either they aren't able to get their hands on the top 2 guys, or they don't like those 2 guys. Draft a non-quarterback. They have another 1st-round pick at the end of the 1st round. There's a couple of guys that I think have been mentioned as like late 1st, early 2nd type prospects, like John Mateer, the kid from USC. Draft a guy like that. See if you have something there. It's not as debilitating if he's terrible or whatever, and then you could try again next year. So that's kind of where I'm at. Like, you can look ahead to the next year while still taking somebody this year and seeing what you have. The Browns kind of did it with Shador and Dylan Gabriel. Gabriel is pretty clearly not an NFL quarterback. We'll see about Shador, but you do that with the eye towards the next year while also leaving open the possibility that the guy you draft now could be the guy. So they have enough draft capital in the coming years to double dip if they have to.
I agree with that. I don't have an issue with that if you believe if you draft a kid and he just doesn't look like he has it, and you are hell-bent in your conviction that next year one of these guys is, I have no problem doing it and trading the kid you drafted for a 3rd-round pick. Like, yeah, you basically trade a first-round pick in the 20s for the third and the point value, that's going to be a significant dip, but you deal with that. You handle it. You have no problem with it. You say, like, you know what? Yeah, we screwed up, guys, left hand up, but we took a chance. We took a swing on the quarterback. Now we're taking the other swing. I don't think, as long as Woody's willing to sign off on that, I have no problem with them doing that as well.